Here is the box as it arrived from Answers in Genesis, and if you hear some white noise in the background, my computer and 2 fans are running in the office right now because our office is carpeted and we have 2 computers in here, so we run fans in here pretty frequently to keep it cooler in here. So yes, this is how it arrived from Answers in Genesis. We're going to flip it over, cover the label, and we are going to cut this open and show you what's inside. Box open. So far I don't see any paperwork, so we're good to go. If I see paperwork, I'll cut it and then we'll start again. This may just be filler space. I actually can't pull it out. Alright, let's try this. Alright, so there is paperwork. Give me just a second. Paperwork was just a simple, you know, summary of your order, packaging slip, when we ordered it, how much it was, which we ended up buying it on sale when it was on sale for $169.99. It's normally like over $200 for this set, so it was a really cool deal. We were able to get that. It also has a clear return policy on the back for general guidelines, and then just various topics of items that they can and cannot return. So they actually stayed in the box like this, and this is how they came. Let me move the box out of the way for just a minute. You can look at how it is on my desk. So these are the 3 DVDs that come in the Science 101 series. There are 2 series that Answers in Genesis offer as a science curriculum. One is for elementary middle school grades, and then there is the one for high school grades. And I just realized that my AFK is like reflecting onto the DVDs. And actually, let me just log out really quick. Okay, sorry about that. I didn't realize like my AFK screen was actually reflecting onto the disc. So the first one that we're starting with is Biology 101, and that's how we actually were first introduced. This was recommended by our umbrella school, one of the guidance counselors. So I was really happy to find something that wasn't visual, because our goal was, we have 2 kids that are completely visual learners. They can read. One of them really enjoys reading, like for free time. But whenever it comes to like mastering subjects, she's a visual learner. And so is one of my 10th graders. And I have 2 rising 10th graders this upcoming year. And a lot of umbrella schools will try to sell you science for all 4 years. Unless you're actually doing a bonus science, this is all you need. You need biology, chemistry, and physics. Anything else is just extra. And I will say that was one downside that we had with Monarch, was that they almost made it feel like, oh, you're doing 9th grade. Here's the 9th grade science. And then come out and find out later, we could have just dropped that and put in another class that she needed or wanted instead. So that was kind of really frustrating at first, but it's okay. So it all worked out. But this is the Biology 101. And each of these are Biology According to the Days of Creation. It feels really heavy. I'm pretty sure it said that the other information and stuff is inside of here. Oh, there's 4 discs. So disc A is the introduction, and it already breaks down everything. So 15 minutes, 37 minutes. I think it doesn't say. It says on the website. No, here it is. Maybe. Okay, so it says on the website that like this whole series covers about 4 hours of visual watching disc time. And if you know about like state standards and things, technically they're supposed to do 180 days of school. However, we have found that there is more leniency with science and history. You don't technically have to do science and history every single day, 180 days of school. The 2 curriculums, or 2 subjects that you have to do 180 days, 170 to 180 depending on your state, is math and literature. In high school it's literature. In K through 8th it's language. English language if you're in the US. You know what I mean. So what we're planning on doing is, there are things that come with this, and I'll probably open this up here in a minute because I need to check these DVDs anyways, because I only have 90 days and the return policy may expire before we actually start using these. So I am going to open these up for you in a minute. I may just open up this one. This is the Biology 101, and like it says, it's a biology according to the days of creation. This is what we're going to be using for 10th grade. But, I mean, we were already talking about it. I would feel better about going ahead and getting, because we paid $170 for the, or with taxes we paid $186. You divide that up into 4 kids per science class of all 3 of these, and it was a really good deal to be able to do it this way. I will have to, I'm pretty sure I read that you could run off copies of things as you need it, so that's kind of where I'll be going with that. And also, like, we are very much already doing like some visual learning where they watch a video, we pause it like every sometimes 5 to 10 seconds, 30 seconds, a minute, to let them take notes and write down those topics. So that's what we're planning on doing with this. But we're going to be starting with Biology 101 this fall. And then either summer 2023 or fall 2023 semester. We have 3 semesters. We have fall, spring, and summer. But if we don't do it in the fall and spring of 2023, 2024, or no, yeah, 2023 through 2024, it'll be summer of 2023, which will finish up the year that we're on now. But in the U.S., biology has to come first, then chemistry, and then physics. And you have to take Algebra 1 before you can do chemistry, and you have to take Algebra 2 before you can do physics. The way that my umbrella school counselor explained these series, and I'll go ahead and just say that much, I have no experience with these at all. I am going solely off of somebody that I extremely trust to help me plan this, because science is not my strong subject. I have family that are great with science. They have degrees in science. Science is not my strong subject. So visual learning that teaches this, I needed that extra help. And it's okay to say that. We're not all mastery of anything. I'm better with teaching the history. So, and Matt's better at teaching the science, but Matt also works 5 days a week. The way that my umbrella school counselor explained it though, this whole series is science without the fluff. Because a lot of umbrella school, or a lot of homeschool curriculum stuff, is designed to fill 180 days because that's what states require. Well, 170 to 180, ours is 180. Because that's what states require. You have to fill that space. So a lot of times, and if you're in like a big classroom setting, a lot of times you have a lot more review and going over things over and over again to master it. Whereas in homeschool, once they have it, you move on. So it takes out a lot of fluff and a lot of extra things to just fill space, and goes just down to the core of what is the biology that your kids need to learn. And I'm also taking this not just because she's a guidance counselor, and no, she's not getting any kickbacks from this. She's also a mom whose kids graduated with this and also graduated college with honors from this program. So I'm really relying on somebody that I trust and who also has been experienced with this. So again, the Biology 101 is like the biology according to the days of creation. Chemistry 101, we did a little bit of physics and chemistry compound, and I took 2 different kinds of chemistry classes in high school. So I'm a little familiar with it, but it has like a breakdown on here of how to break it down. And of course, like on some of these, you know, there's only 8 or 19, you know, movie themes on here. There's things we can go back over and over again. And the other reason why I wanted to pick Answers in Genesis was there are free videos on their website that coincide with everything they teach as well in here. And we also have a couple other books. We have their big book of history, and we also have their fossil book. So we do have some books as well. But I will be printing off the or copying off the PDFs that they provide. And then this is the physics one, the mechanics of God's physical world. Light, sound, heat, electricity, motion, the physics of the weird, and the future of physics. So, like I said, I'm really excited to try these and give it a try and see how it works. And honestly, if we get through like Biology 101 and then we end up deciding, you know, this just wasn't for us, then we'll just probably sell these to another homeschool mom for like a discount price, because there's homeschool groups where you can do that, sell a curriculum that you don't use anymore, and we'll do that. But I was willing to take the risk that the person who inspired me to do this one and to purchase this one was right, and that we could just take the risk and go ahead and buy it all the way through. There are other things that we have bought just for the summer we're on right now. I mean, you may see this beginning of fall, but like I'm filming this towards the beginning of summer semester 2022. But I was willing to take the risk that this is going to be the perfect curriculum that we need. So let me take the scissors, cut the plastic off with this, open this up, and let you see this one. Like I said, I'm mostly just focused on this one right now. I'm sure the rest of these are fine too, but let me open this up and show you what's inside. So again, here is the Biology 101, plastic off. Let's open it together. Oh, I just realized it might have had those protective things on it, and it didn't. And I will say, like, of course this requires you to have a DVD or Blu-ray player. We have a Blu-ray player, so that works out pretty well for us. Wow, this is really heavy. Oh, look at this. In shipment, they put this foam in between the discs to protect them. That's pretty cool. I'm going to move that to, like, right there. Alright, so Biology 101, there is Disc A, Introduction and Plants, Aquatics and Aviation on Disc 2. And then there is Disc 3, and here we are at, is that a separate piece? That is a second piece, huh? Cool. I love how they did that though, that was to protect it. Land Animals and Mankind, and then we're also going to be working on genetics again this year. So it is just the discs. So I'm not going to screen share, I'll just scroll as I go and read to you how it says it on the website. Biology 101 is 4 DVDs, it has 9 individual segments, 4 hours of video. So the PDFs, I kind of wish they would have specified this. I thought it was going to be a digital download that they could email to you. Apparently, they are still using the old format, which involves you actually putting one of the DVD discs into a computer. Matt and I both have computers that no longer take DVDs because computers nowadays usually don't, especially our computers. So what I do have is I do have a laptop that's still, it's about 4 years old, can handle DVDs. So what I know I can do though is on that laptop, I can actually hook that up to our TV where the Roku usually plugs in at, and I can hook it up there and I can run the program from there. So I can actually still use the TV and use it for, or maybe even still use the Blu-ray player, and then I can use the laptop to print off the PDFs. But that's something you might need to keep in mind, is if you don't have that, I may send in just like a, suggestion thing for their website that they'll consider, like if people buy this, when they buy it, they get an email confirmation that they've bought it, and when they, with the email confirmation, kind of put in there, hey, here's the PDF, the digital PDFs that you'll need for it. I also will read this because the other reason why I wanted to look it up. So the biology one comes with 20 lab hours, and that's pretty good. And it does say that like some people choose to use these as springboard and then do filler. That's kind of where we're leaning towards, is it's going to be the bulk of like our in-classroom work for science. We do hands-on science, we do real-life science. So like for example, if we're on a nature walk, we're probably going to be taking notes about specific breeds of birds that we see, where they're native to, are they actually native to our area, or are they just passing through on a migration path. We do stuff like that whenever we take nature walks. So we're still doing science outside of the classroom as well. And so that's why we wanted to kind of condense down in classroom work so we could do more hands-on outside of the classroom. So moving on to the Chemistry 101, I did not open this one because I wanted to look at something inside of this one, and then I read on the back of the DVD case what I actually needed to find out was that the PDFs are actually on the disc, and it's on the last disc of each one. The information is on the printed on the first disc, but the information that like where you put it in your computer is on the last disc. I almost wonder like if the Blu-ray player could recognize that. I don't know. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how it goes from here. I'll do a review at the end of spring 2023. My personal thoughts on it, if we'll stick with it, things like that. The Chemistry 101 includes 4 DVDs. It has 19 segments on it, 10 hours of video, which obviously is a whole lot more than the Biology 101. The PDF, the PDFs for all of these also have quizzes covering the material presented in each segment. So that's where you can do your testing to turn in. Some states do require that you turn in casework each year. So that's where you could turn in your casework to help prove that, hey, yeah, you actually did do this. The difference between this one and this one is you get a 1-year high school course booklet included to help you plan out your year. Our year is different. We do 3 to 4 days of like sit down book work, and especially with science, and then we usually do like a hands-on day. It may still be varied for ours, but we could still look at it and see if we can springboard from it. Next year I'll still open everything up and look at it and make sure it's all good. So on to the physics, which is the subject that kind of scares me the most, honestly. It has 20 segments, 11 hours of video, printable PDF guide with quizzes covering the material presented in each segment, a 1-year high school course book, and 40 lab hours. So of course, it's a senior class. You're taking it after you take your Algebra 2. I think I may have that backwards. It may be this one was after Algebra and this one's after Algebra 2. I don't know. It has to be this one after Algebra 2. This one is definitely after Algebra 1. But I think it did say this one's after Algebra 2. Yeah, that would make sense, because Algebra 2, if you start with Algebra 1 your freshman year, or Geometry your sophomore year, then yeah, you would take Algebra 2 your junior year, and then you would take Physics your senior year. So that does make sense. Sorry, I had to do that in my head. Also, I will include real quick, again, this is a Science 101 kit. They do have the one for elementary and middle school. So like you would start it in 5th grade and then go 6th or 8th. It's the life science, health and earth, chemistry and ecology, and the physical world. Sorry, my chair squeaked. But that is basically the 3 cases right here of what we are going to be doing. I'll just wrap up right here. But yeah, this is, again, this is all really new to us of trying to teach this way. But I love that we can do more visual this year and still add in the paperwork as we go and just complete it as we go at everybody's own level. So let me know what you guys think. Have you ever tried this curriculum before? Have you had to have a curriculum that you really fell in love with and really wanted to use, but then you had to get over, you know, stuff like the fact that I don't have a CD-ROM on my computer to print off the casework and stuff like that. But I mean, that's a little milestone we can get over. But like, how do you guys handle stuff like that? What do you know, what is your personal opinion? Have you ever tried this curriculum? I'll go ahead and say, if you guys haven't tried it, please don't just be like, I hate it. Like, I want opinions. I want to know people's honest opinion of if you've tried it or things that you've heard about it. Not necessarily a bashing, because you may or may not like Answers in Genesis. So I guess that's kind of the nice way of putting it. Please be kind in the comment section. I know we all have opinions about how to teach our kids science and what we believe. But this is just where we're going with our kids, and it's just our personal choice. This is not a push of, you know, our way is the right and only way. This is just us showing other parents who might be interested in this how it looks and all of that. So that's it for today's video. Thank you so much for everybody for watching, and we'll see you next time.